AirPods Pro 3. This is an upgrade I've been really looking forward to because I am absolutely dependent on my AirPods Pro 2s for two reasons. One, some days you just can't survive without music. And second, I'm generally quite sensitive to noisy environments, so this really helps when it comes to just having that little bubble of calm in your head when you're, say, out somewhere very noisy and your head just starts to fill up. I just pop these in and switch ANC on. Might not even have music playing, but the ANC is such a good noise eliminator. For times when I just can't physically remove my presence from a noisy situation, this really helps a lot. So let's get these unboxed, and I am so curious to listen to these. Well, listen to music through these, as well as listen to the world through these, or when selectively, not listen to the world through these. I hope that made sense. Designed by Apple in California. And there it is. Oh, here's something interesting. This year we have more ear tip sizes than before. So in here should be 4 sizes, and in here should be the M size is missing from here. So XXS, XS, S, M is in here, and L. So that's a total of 5 sizes for ear tips. So that should mean better compatibility with more people's ears. Let's get these AirPods out. I'm not even gonna pull those adhesives all the way out. I'm just gonna gently slide this out. We still got that hole for the lanyard there, and we still got the Find My speakers in here. Something special about the ear tips this year are the fact that they are, I think they say foam infused, but they contain foam. There it is. It would appear they are not the same kind of fully solid foam ear tips like the ones you get on some IEMs, like the Shure SE846s. Those have just one huge sponge as the ear tip. This feels like there is some foam layered in there, but otherwise it still has these fold out silicone bits on the side. But comparing its physical differences, let me just put some of these ear tips away. Here's my AirPods Pro 2s, and if we put these side by side, you can definitely tell, well, not at a glance though, but if you look really closely, the AirPods Pro 3s are definitely physically different. It looks like the ear tip has a bit more of an inwards angle than the Pro 2. It also looks to be ever so slightly bigger. So let's listen to that. I am a literal genius. I forgot to pair it to my iPhone first. There we go. Ooh, they feel really snug. So when it comes to noise cancellation, there are 2 situations I would bucket them into. If it's not a really high amplitude of noise, then it should be able to cancel it completely. And if it's really loud, say an airplane engine, then it should at least push it down to a comfortable level. So I've actually got something here. So I have gone ahead and whipped out the vacuum cleaner, and I'm just going to not put anything in my ears right now. Let me set this to medium. Yeah, that's quite loud. Let's see how well the active noise cancellation does on the Pro 3s. That's really quite effective. Actually, let me compare that against the Pro 2s. It does sound exactly 2 times as effective as the Pro 2s. Of course, I gotta listen to some music through these, so... Okay, so AirPods Pro 2, not bad at all. These are my daily AirPods. Now, Pro 3. Okay, I was listening to some jazz, and there's this constant cymbals going on, and those high frequencies, there's just so much more presence on the Pro 3s. Also, the low frequencies, it feels really big and really deep and a lot of air going into your eardrums. So definite improvement in audio quality on the AirPods Pro 3. Also, one thing that the AirPods Pro 2 most certainly doesn't have that is on the Pro 3 is a built-in heart rate sensor. I presume it's this right by the ear tip here, and it actually shows itself the best when you're doing a workout. To make sure that all this heart rate data is actually coming from the AirPods, I'm taking off my Apple Watch, and you can see the heart rate monitor device is registering as the AirPods Pro 2. So if I go ahead and start this, say that's my heart rate right there, and if I take one AirPod out, it still works. What happens if I take the other AirPod out? Oh, there we go. It just knows the heart rate is not available. And if I pop that back in, so that's confirmed. Both AirPods have a heart rate sensor in them, and it works even if you only have one AirPod in. I did look this up. If you happen to be wearing both AirPods and an Apple Watch, it will quite intelligently use the most accurate sensor data, or at least the sensor data it has the highest confidence in for, I think, the last 5-minute block of your workout or something similar to that. That's the way it tracks it. But there we go, AirPods with heart rate monitor. It's not just the buds that got upgraded though, the case has actually been upgraded a bit. The previous case on the AirPods Pro 2, I believe, was rated IP54. This is now IP57, which I believe means this should be able to survive, I think, immersion in water, submersion up to 1 meter. Not gonna test it myself though, but it's really good to know that the case is a lot more durable now. Also, if I shut the case and wait for that indicator to go away, it no longer has that black dot there when the LED's off. It just shines through the case. Oh, I just noticed the case is slightly bigger as well. So when the LED's off now, you just don't see anything on the face of your AirPods case, and that just visually looks so much cleaner. If you flip it onto its back, you'll see that reset button is also completely gone from the back. So there's no longer a button on the back of the AirPods Pro 3 case. You would instead reset it the same way as you would with an AirPods 4, and as you double tap the front of the case, it's now touch sensitive. They've also upgraded the ultra wideband chip in the case of the AirPods Pro 3. I think it was sporting the H1 chip back in the Pro 2 case, but with the newer next generation chip, it now has 1.5 times the detection range in Find My. So that's my first impressions of AirPods Pro 3. I'll definitely be sharing more thoughts on these after I've spent a few more hours with these inside my ears. But until then, let me know if there's anything you're curious to find out about the AirPods Pro 3, and I'll be seeing you around.